I'm meteorologist Carley updating you on the latest storm totals over the last few days, starting on Wednesday and lasting through Saturday. So far, within just the last day, really Saturday, I should say, most of Saturday, we've really only seen just a little bit of rain from Sacramento to Fairfield and got about 1.5 inches in Marysville. Now moving on, as you see on Friday, this is where we started seeing a lot of these numbers piling up. We saw nearly 2 inches of rain in Sacramento and Fairfield, over 2 inches in Auburn, 2.5 in Marysville, nearly 3 inches of rainfall in Orville in a 24-hour period. And breaking this all down for you, this is where we're at within Wednesday through Saturday's storm totals. Downtown receiving almost 3 full inches of rain, with Sacramento Executive Airport getting just over 2.5 inches of rainfall. Stockton only 1.25 inches here, almost 1.33, with Modesto only 3/4 of an inch over Wednesday through Saturday. Now, because of this, we saw a majority of that atmospheric river targeting areas of the Sacramento Valley and north, as well as areas along the coastline north from Santa Rosa all the way up toward Ukiah and Fort Bragg. So all these areas really got hit the hardest. Meanwhile, the Central Valley, San Joaquin Valley spots got a lot less rain. It really wasn't until Saturday they started seeing the full impact of some of this atmospheric river moving toward them as it began exiting the region as of late Friday night into early Saturday morning. Now, just check out the astonishing numbers coming in from Wednesday to Saturday for areas like Orville. Nearly 8.5 inches of rainfall over that period of time, with 7.5 inches over that in Blue Canyon. A little over about 5.33 inch there for Marysville, with 4.33 inch in Vacaville. I mean, this is a crazy amount of rain to even fathom in a short amount of time. Now, areas like Santa Rosa got some of these numbers here within just one day. And we're seeing a huge amount of water just flowing through the rivers, creeks, and streams there, just inundating a lot of the neighborhoods. People having to be rescued, people being found in their cars, unfortunately. So the rainfall totals coming in from this atmospheric river have been extremely impressive. Now, it is a lot of moisture within one atmospheric river. Now that it's left the region, it's moving across most of the United States right now, headed its way toward the Midwest. Now, it's not over, unfortunately. We do have another one to keep you informed about, and that next storm system that is set to arrive Monday to Tuesday. And our impacts here are going to be some valley spots, especially because it's Thanksgiving week. We're going to be seeing some impacts for travel. Rain and snow is on the way Monday, Tuesday. If you had plans to leave those days, you may be impacted. A lot of people do end up leaving on a Wednesday, which may actually be in your favor this year. Your need is just to be safe out there on the roadways with that snow, as well as localized ponding. Those bigger puddles, you may not know how far they extend or how deep they get. That could actually start altering at least the soil underneath the ground. So make sure you are staying safe, keeping an eye out, and going slow. That's one of the most important things, I think, on the roadways, is just taking it nice and slow, making sure you just get to your destination safely. As of Saturday night, live Doppler radar showing just really mostly clear skies overhead, a few clouds lingering across the region, but even the snow has pretty much come to an end for the Sierra as of 9 p.m. on Saturday. That's because we're getting a break in all that rain. But look at the water vapor here. It really targeted Northern California as of yesterday, and this massive plume of moisture you're seeing is what we got on Friday. Now, right behind it is that little bit of moisture. This one here is our next atmospheric river, set to begin moving in for us on Monday. But again, notice where it's targeting. It's not up high like the last one was. This one's actually going to start aiming toward areas of the Central Valley and all the way down toward Los Angeles. So pretty much just around the Grapevine and areas around Santa Clarita, all the way up toward about Stockton, Modesto. And that's where we're going to see the biggest impacts for that rain and that next atmospheric river moving in. So if we end up getting anything from that at all, it'll start heading its way toward us, but we won't see the heaviest rain this time. They all will. Stockton, Modesto, they didn't get heavy rain with this last one. They got more or less just under the inch mark for 4-day total. Our winter storm watch will take effect until Tuesday 4 p.m. for higher elevations. This snowfall is expected to be above 6,500 feet. Meanwhile, the winter storm warning that was in effect through Saturday night, that was closer to about 5,000 feet and higher. So Now we're starting to get rid of that, putting it at higher elevations as temperatures warm throughout the day. Now, we did have a flood advisory in effect for quite a while. This is expiring very soon as of Saturday night, as most of that rain is coming to an end. The creeks and rivers and streams, they're going to have some time to at least lower and drop as we start moving to another dry day on Sunday. So take a look Sunday morning. We're getting a few clouds overhead, but still not enough moisture to produce any significant amount of rain at all. I mean, if we get anything, it's going to be in the overnight hours. A few spotty flurries may be lingering, but it'd actually be a pretty nice day to head up to the Sierra if you wanted to get skiing and snowboarding in for that day. But make sure you're out in time, because as we move on throughout our Sunday, we're going to start seeing into the overnight hours more snow arriving. So you have most of Sunday to pretty much get up and down the mountain safely before we see the next storm system arriving. This is 2 a.m. on Monday. You're seeing a few small scattered showers making their way in ahead of the atmospheric river, and then a few flurries also heading up 80 there near Truckee. Finally, here it comes. This down there, that is the atmospheric river being pulled in by the low pressure system. And as mentioned, it's going to be right around Tracy Triangle, Stockton, and Modesto south toward the Grapevine. So again, if you have plans to head there on Monday or Tuesday toward the Grapevine, you may want to wait it out or reconsider leaving a day early or a day later. This will be very impactful for I-5 and 99. With just downpours continuing to happen through Monday. So if you have travel plans for Thanksgiving and you were going to leave on Monday heading south, maybe try to reconsider that. All right, as we take a look into the Sierra again, we're going to look at heavy snow pushing through Yosemite. It makes its way up toward the north, Kirkwood, South Lake Tahoe, and then eventually toward Truckee as we start getting to the midday hours. So 11 a.m. starting to see Sacramento area with more of that rainfall. Continues to shift toward the northeast. As we get into Tuesday, most of the rain is actually going to start pushing into the foothill spots and the high Sierra. So I'd say most of your Tuesday is actually going to be rather dry. But if you're driving and you have some conditions out there where the roadways may be ponding or flooding, this may impact your travel. So again, just take a look at Tuesday if you're heading out. We're still looking at some spotty areas of showers continuing, especially into our Sierra spots and a few of our valley spots toward the Central Valley, toward the Grapevine. The Futurecast rain totals as of Sunday, we're not getting any rain or any expected. If you get a sprinkle, it's a trace amount and not recorded. Now, as we move on toward Monday, we could see as much as about 1/3 of an inch to maybe 4/10 of an inch and 1/2 an inch toward the Central Valley, San Joaquin Valley. Some of these numbers a little higher here. Maybe a stray scattered shower could produce that kind of rain, but I'm leaning toward the more conservative side of about 1/4 to 1/3 of an inch, moving up even toward Roseville and Auburn as of Monday. Model snowfall totals, we still have some snow left. It's not going to be as significant as the couple of feet we've already seen drop there, but we could see as much as 7 inches near Donner to 14 inches near Bear Valley, according to our GFS models. European models showing a more conservative range, which I do agree with. 10 inches or so near Bear Valley, with maybe only 4 inches left at Donner, 10 inches Twin Bridges. You have to remember that storm is targeting the Central Valley. Most of the snow will be near Yosemite and moving its way just slightly north. So these areas would get hit harder as opposed to areas off 80. So again, we're going to see most of that shifting over to the northeast and then kind of tapering off right around this area. So 9 to 10 inches would be suitable for that area. We may even see a little less. Temperatures for the foothills and Calaveras County areas, 52 in Groveland, Angels Camp at 56, 47 in Arnold, 61 in Ione, 39 for the high in Truckee for tomorrow. So again, daytime highs are getting colder, especially as we get clearing, and the overnight lows will also get colder. We're looking at 40 in Vacaville overnight with upper 50s, low 60s in the Bay Area. Sacramento, San Joaquin Valley spots also looking at some lower 40s now, as opposed to the mid 50s we've actually been feeling overnight. They've been pretty close to the daytime high, because we've had so much cloud coverage overhead. Now we're starting to see that cold air beginning to seep in. Now let's take a look at our next few days ahead. For the rest of your weekend, 57 to mid 50s on Monday, and we start our Thanksgiving week off with temperatures continuing in the mid 50s, overnight lows in the low 50s as we get rain. But as we start getting to Turkey Day here, about mid 50s with overnight lows in the upper 30s. So definitely getting chilly, nice crisp fall day. Pretty good for an afternoon walk after you eat that Thanksgiving dinner. Want to get out there and enjoy it, grab a little sweater or coat for you. It's going to be a little chilly, but as we start moving toward the following weekend, we're actually looking more sunshine with still temperatures in the upper 50s and low 60s.